Could somebody please make it make sense?
Hey everybody, welcome to A Pop of Culture. I am your host, the Esoteric and Facetious, and this is A Pop of Culture, where I speak on pop culture, social justice, and the human experience from a Black, bisexual, millennial perspective. Everything, and I mean everything I say, should be taken with a grain of salt, as I'm simply a college student with access to a recording device and the internet. With that being said, it shouldn't be your sole reason to critique my views unless it's truly relevant. If you disagree with anything I say, let's have a civil conversation in the comment section below. With that being said, before I get into the topic of this video, I want to shout out my cover channel. I have a cover channel, A Pop of Culture Sayings, where I sing throwback R&B, contemporary R&B, pop music, whatever I'm feeling, whatever you're feeling. So if you want to be down like Brandy, if you're down with the click,
And if you're not down with my
RP Aaliyah, then definitely feel free to check that channel out. Now let's get into the topic of this video. The topic of this video is going to be the premiere of the show BET Presents The Encore. And this show is an opportunity where R&B solo acts of the past and R&B girl group members of the past are present and are going to be living in a house for a month trying to form a supergroup. I was immediately intrigued when I saw this trailer, because a few months back there was a clip that went viral on Twitter of an unaired pilot of a show with a similar premise, where we saw Keely Williams of Cheetah Girls and 3LW and Farrah Franklin of Destiny's Child essentially going at it.
Nobody knows each other's full stories.
Right. Except for I've been in 2 multi-platinum successful groups. And they weren't disbanded.
And I've been in the biggest one, and they're still together.
I know, but you weren't in it.
I wasn't in it. I sold 19 million albums on Say My Name.
I know, but did you?
Did I what? Ask.
Did you?
Absolutely, I sang. Say my name, say my name.
And the reason why the clip is so funny is, no shade to Keely or Farrah, but neither of them were necessarily the breakout stars of their respective groups. So it was very entertaining to see them kind of going head to head about who was the most relevant or who had the biggest career. So the show begins with all of the women arriving at the house, introducing themselves, and Keely says that she wants to be the creative director of the group.
Did you know it was 9 of us?
Okay, well, I wouldn't be considered a part of the 9 because I'm not here to be in the group, Bubba.
Yeah. What are you here for?
I'm here to be a creative director.
And the twins from the group Cherish, who you may know from the songs Do It To You, which you may know as Lean With It, Rock With It, and Unappreciated. We're not having that one bit.
I'm here to help you guys become a group.
No.
Okay.
I thought everybody in here was going to be a part of the group.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you're not. Who are you to come in and think that you're too good to join a group? That makes no sense.
Why?
Why would you need help becoming a group?
Because I don't want to be an artist.
They immediately
This is bullshit. Listen to Keely? I'm not doing that shit, man. I don't think Keely wants to be a part of the group because Keely can't keep up.
came for Keely and were saying, who are you? Who have you creative directed? And they kind of listed their resume off to her. They were saying that they worked on Peaches by Justin Bieber, which went #1, and they were just talking about how they worked with a lot of big major acts recently, and they were reaping the benefits from that. And here's my thing. I did kind of get annoyed with them for them coming for Keely, because my thought initially was, hey, this is just a reality show. Like, if Keely wants to be the creative director, let her be the creative director. It's just a reality show. But as a performer and as somebody who is trying to build a brand, I do think that you never need to let an opportunity go to waste. And who knows what can come from this show. If these women make a song that's great, or even if they just make a viral clip, this could turn into them getting their own reality show, or this could turn into a clip going viral and them getting more attention on them than they've had in years. So I do get why they are trying to act in their best interest. I do think it was a little kind of rude for them to come for Keely, but I do think you have to act in your best interest. A lot of these women have gotten older, and they're probably more aware of the way the industry works. So they may have before, when they were younger, just been yes women who just said yes to whatever the people in charge said. But now they may realize, hey, that may have limited my career in the past, and they may be like, this is my new chance, so I'm not going to play around with it. Especially if I'm somebody who is pinning songs that are hitting the top of the Billboard Hot 100. I'm not saying that I wouldn't work with somebody who didn't have those credentials, but I definitely feel like when you're hiring people or when you're working with people, you always want to be around people who are doing as much as you are or are doing around that level. Of course, we can bank on potential, but it seems like these girls really do want to put themselves back on as an act rather than just as people behind the scenes. So I also kind of got a weird vibe from 𝘎𝑗. I enjoyed her on the Farrah and her, like, on that clip. And I also, like, have enjoyed her because I feel like she gives me organic vibes. Like, I remember there was also a clip with 𝘎𝑗. Her and Raven-Symoné went live on Instagram, and they kind of just had a chat where 𝘎𝑗 went up to Raven and kind of told her, hey, I was kind of jealous of you getting the role of Olivia in The Cosby Show, and you had that through Raven. You had so many opportunities.
I guess.
And then let me tell you what you did, 𝘎𝑗. Let me tell you what you did that made me mad.
What?
Back in the day, your little came up to me. You were like, I auditioned for The Cosby Show too. I was like,
and I didn't get it. I did, and I didn't get it because I'm not a good actress. That's the truth. It is true. I did not get the part. I did it. Okay. It's all right.
That was hilarious too. I'm like, come on. You were so mad at me for that, yo. Your neck broke so quick when you were younger. You were like, and I didn't get the part. Bam. I was like, girl, I was 3. She mad?
No, but I didn't hold that in my mind. At least you were Raven. You were always like Raven with the one name, and you had like the show on the channel, the first Black girl with the show. Like, that was a thing, you know?
So 𝘎𝑗 kind of felt intimidated by Raven, and I guess that resulted in her acting a certain way towards her on set. I like the energy 𝘎𝑗 gives because I think it does take a strong person to admit when you were feeling insecure or when you're feeling jealous of somebody else. Especially saying that online when you know that tons of people are going to see that. I will say, though, a lot of people have said that 𝘎𝑗 alongside Adrienne Bailon were not very nice to 𝑛aturri when she was in the group with them, that they were colorist towards her, that they threw a bucket of chicken at her, like 𝘎𝑗 threw a bucket of chicken at 𝑛aturri. So I do kind of give her the side eye for that. And I also give Adrienne, I like Adrienne on the real, but I do have to say the apology that she gave to 𝑛aturri seemed very indirect.
A few years back, we had seen each other at an Us Weekly party.
I remember that.
See? Years ago.
Years ago, yeah.
And we sat down and we talked everything out, and I was able to apologize to you if ever, you know, there was a lot that went on in that time that now looking back is just like, we were so young and it was crazy.
Yeah.
And that I genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, never meant any harm towards you. And that I think you're talented and beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you. No, and that we had that moment together privately, you know?
Yeah, no, it was crazy because when, you know, going through what I went through with the group, it wasn't easy. It was a hard time. And everything with being a teenager and being criticized. And I went through a time when I didn't really think I could make it. And I appreciate your apology because it's just humility. And at the end of the day, we have to love and support each other.
That's right.
It's not an easy business. And we have to uplift particularly young girls.
And it didn't seem like she was specifically apologizing. That's something I do agree with when people talk about apologies. I do think you need to say what you did wrong specifically. Not just, I'm sorry if I hurt you. What did you do wrong? What did you specifically do wrong? So I do get a good vibe from 𝘎𝑗. I did get some weird energy from her, like when she was saying how she wanted to be the creative director, because I'm like, if y'all are coming here to be a super group, I do get somebody wanting to go behind the scenes, but they invited you here, and I feel like they invited you here as a performer. So I just kind of got a weird vibe from her, because later on in the episode, and I'm going to get to that, she is the first one to sing a solo. So I'm like, were you just intimidated, and that's why I wanted to be the creative director? But now, because maybe she didn't, once she saw the different acts that came, maybe she just didn't know she was enough. I don't know, but we'll see what she's going to give. The girls all go to work with the vocal coach, and they all sing a short solo so we can hear their voices. And this was something I was really excited about. I love R&B music. I love an R&B style of singing, so it was great to see them singing songs like Angel of Mine, They also sung a song by Escape. I believe it was Understanding. They sung, I believe it was Sweet Thing by Mary J. Blige. And it was really cool to see the different voices. Like, they had so many different types of voices and tones. And it was really cool to see, like, oh, this person sings like this person sings like that. And also just to see the confidence that some of these people had. Like, I still got it. I've got it. I always have had it. And I'm doing my thing. It was also interesting to hear people we haven't necessarily heard before, because not everybody in a girl group is getting equal shine in the group. Some people are just literally singing backgrounds and harmonies. So it was very interesting to hear people like the other members of 702 sing, because if you know the group 702, the lead singer is what you mainly hear when you're listening to the songs. So hearing the other two sing was very interesting for me, especially because I just finished listening to their second album. Like I said before, it was kind of weird because 𝘎𝑗 was the first one to sing. And I'm like, sis, I thought you wanted to be the creative director, but now you're wanting to sing first. So I'm just like, sis, what do you want? What are you trying to give? I thought the girl from Danity Kane sung really well. The twins sung really well. 𝘎𝑗 sung pretty well. Pretty much everyone had an adequate performance. One of the women from 702 was a little shaky with her voice, but I'm going to put that up to her not having sung in a while or sung in a while professionally. Then we get to choreography, and I think this was also an interesting session, like, because the women who are being highlighted in the show are from different walks of life. They have different ages. A lot of them are, women who are mothers. Some of them are in their 40s, maybe even 50s. And some of them are way younger. So it was very interesting to see, like, especially with the dancing, that some of these people are a little older. They may not be able to move like they used to. So it was interesting to see the different dynamics of the group, because the voices are different and the dancing and dancing skill are different. So they also have some producers show up, some producers who've worked with some big name acts, which I think is cool, because that shows even though this show is a reality show, they're still going to probably get some decent material. Because sometimes when we watch shows like this, it's mainly for the entertainment value rather than the music. But I do feel like they're going to give them some good quality music. It may not necessarily top the charts, but it'll be good music, which I'm excited about as someone who loves R&B music. The girls get to talking amongst themselves about their vision of the group, and things get a little messy. And I think one of the reasons why things got messy is because the women were not in agreement about what they wanted to sing about, because there's like 9 people and they're not all in the same state in life. So some of them may want to have more sexual lyrics, they may want to talk about, kind of like Meg Thee Stallion style lyrics, where they're really wanting to, meet people, date, have encounters with people, and things of that sort. And some of the women are a little bit older, they're married, so they may not feel as comfortable singing some of that subject matter, or some of them may be more religious, things of that sort. So all this leads up to some of the women wanting to separate into 2 groups. And I actually think this is a good decision, because 9 people is way too many people for a group anyway. There are a lot of people, and to be fair, after seeing the singing that the people gave and the dancing people gave, not even looking at the subject matter, there's a big difference in what all these women want to bring to the table when it comes to their music. So the woman from Danity Kane decides that she wants to separate and create a group, and she gets the twins to come to be a part of that group, and this kind of starts some division. And then 𝘎𝑗 gets a little upset because she's trying to say, they're trying to be divisive and things like that. And my thing is with 𝘎𝑗, I do like 𝘎𝑗, and I like that she's going to call things out and she's going to, say what she wants to say. But at the same time, my thing with 𝘎𝑗 is I'm like, sis, you want to be the creative director, and now you're saying you want us to all be a super group. And I'm like, sis, you need to pick one. And here's my thing with 𝘎𝑗. I feel like my thing with 𝘎𝑗 is, 𝘎𝑗 is still, relative. She's young. So I'm like, 𝘎𝑗, I want you to give the young girl group over here and turn it. Because the young girls, I feel like they were just really giving me quality vocals. They were giving me energy. And 𝘎𝑗, I'm like, 𝘎𝑗's vocals are good. And I just listened to 3LW's debut album, and their harmonies were very pretty. So I'm like, 𝘎𝑗, get with the young girl group and y'all can turn it. You're so worried about them not making this massive girl group that's going to be very problematic, because It's going to be too many people. Not everyone's going to be able to have the spotlight, and it's going to be a hot mess because some of these people don't want to dance. They don't want to do topics because they're married and they don't want to sing about certain things. So I'm like, Keely, sis, you need to get with this group. You need to make amends with those twins, and you need to go with the young girl group. Hey, this is me in post. I want to make sure that I do not come off ageist when I am hyping up the quote-unquote younger girl group. I am not saying that the older women cannot do what they need to do, but it's clear to me that some of the women are good at choreography and they want to sing about, some younger women stuff. So I feel like they're giving me a certain vibe. So the older women are giving me another vibe, but it's not a bad vibe, but it's just not the younger woman vibe. That's why I'm hyping Keely to go the younger woman, because I feel like she's going to be a better fit there than she's going to be in the older woman group. But we'll see how it all folds out. Here's my thing. Some of the people are upset about the fact that people were wanting to make a separate group. But here's my thing. Like I said, this is an opportunity. This is not just a reality show for some people. This may be their chance, they feel, to really get back in the music industry to make a positive impression. And they don't want and this is going to sound so shady, but I don't mean it to, but they don't want your shaky, off-key behind ruining their chance. They don't want you, who can barely do a two-step in real time, ruining their chance. So they're going to act in their best interest. And I feel like here's my thing. I do get that, wanting to be a group and wanting to, not have favoritism and stuff. But at the same time, I feel like at the same time, we all know our skill sets. We all know our talents. And I feel like some people will hold on to this weird group thing. And sometimes you are a group. Sometimes, for example, Destiny's Child, I don't think it was necessary for Destiny's Child to have a change up in lineup. I think that they could have still been a successful group, even though I like DC3 music. But here's my thing. I do sometimes think people are holding people back. And I think some of those people who were there knew that they were going to hold the rest of the members of the group back. But they just wanted to be in a group so that they could all say they were in the group. And my thing is, I think the two-group idea is great because it's going to give everybody a chance to shine. Because if it's a group of 5 and 4, it's going to be more chances for people to get solos, more chances for people to not just have to do harmony. Because here's my thing I don't like. Some of these people, I feel like they're giving me fever because they're stopping everybody from being in one group. But the problem is they're also going to be giving me fever when they're only doing harmonies. Now, one of the people said that she wanted to do harmonies, she loves doing harmonies and she loves being in the background. So that's fine. But some of these people are going to be mad when they don't get a verse. But my thing is, you would have gotten a verse if it was 2 groups or even 3 groups. But you're not going to get a verse if it's 9 people because some of y'all's vocals are not where it needs to be the highlight out of 9 people. So those are my thoughts on the episode. I really did enjoy this episode. I'm excited to see how the series goes. I'm excited that the twins from Cherish are doing their thing because I do feel like they were giving me the energy of we want to pop off. We want to show ourselves in the best light. So I hope their group with the Danity Kane girl works. The ones who were not selected for the other group, I'm like, y'all need to have some pride in yourself and get your own group together. If they don't want you have talent too. So those are my thoughts. Let me know y'all's thoughts on the episode. What do you think we're going to see next? Shout out to the cast. It was very enjoyable. Shout out to BET. Thanks so much for watching. Love y'all. Bye-bye. Much for watching. Share your thoughts below. Like this video if you like this video. If you made it to this point in the video, comment a thumbs up emoji below or still here if you are still here. Subscribe if you want to see more and make sure to hit that bell so you're the first to know when I upload new content. I upload new content every week. And if you're enjoying yourself, and why wouldn't you be enjoying yourself? To the left, there's a playlist of all my video essay podcasts. I have 24 and counting. In the center is a button to subscribe if you just haven't had a chance to subscribe and you would like to. And to the right is a playlist of all of my covers and parodies. So if you are wanting to check those out, feel free to do so. And if you want to support me, if you want to support the show, first and foremost, a non-financial way you can support is just through sharing this video. I can make the thumbnails, I can, make the titles, I can do the tags and do keyword research. But one of the best ways that I can grow my brand is through y'all sharing this content with other people who like this type of content, because I nor you can control the algorithm, but I can control the quality of the content I make, and y'all can, if you enjoy the content, share with people who can like it, so that way, you know, if y'all are feeling it, it's getting put out there, whether, you know, the algorithm favors it or not. Somebody's gonna see it because you resonated with it and you resonated with me, and now you're sharing it with other people. So if that's a non-financial way you can support the channel, and if you do want to support the channel financially, my Cash App is linked in the description of this video. You know, I'm trying to, you know, upgrade my production quality and just, you know, keep growing and expanding and, you know, doing bigger and better. So if you want to help and support that vision, feel free to do so. All those who donate to the channel will be featured in the credits of all of my videos on both of my channels. Thanks so much for watching. Love you all. Bye bye. See you next time.